Hello, friends. I am Bell from the Philippines, and I was afflicted with glaucoma way back in 1992, as far as I can recall, as I didn't notice any symptoms until it was too late and severe. Actually, I'm not a medical expert or a medical practitioner regarding this topic. But I derive my views and opinion from my first-hand experience as a glaucoma patient, or rather, victim of this disease. Um, by this video, I intend to share with you some information and my personal knowledge about glaucoma gained through uh, continuous research, and plus the personal experience that I have gone through during my ordeal on the onset of this ailment. I wish to bring awareness to everyone on this ailment to prevent other individuals to undergo the ordeal that I have gone through. That is regardless of nationality or race, because this disease excuses no one, as they say. Glaucoma, as a fact, is an eye disease that can cause vision loss, your eyesight, and eventually you'd become blind. The culprit of this scenario is the failure or the blockage of the trabecular meshwork in the upper portion of our eyes, and prevent the flow of the aqueous humor, or that sticky fluid inside our eyes. Actually, our eyes needs a continuous flow of this aqueous fluid for us to have a clear vision. Actually, the flow of the aqueous fluid inside our eyes is like the flow of the blood circulating our body. It goes out, then comes back to the heart to be filtered there somewhere on some organs. And this is also the case about the aqueous fluid inside our eyes. It needs to be filtered continuously in order for us to have a very clear vision. It needs to refresh itself. And because of this blockage in the trabecular meshwork, it means that fluid could not come out from the vitreous cavity. So, the impurities accumulated in that fluid could not be filtered out, and it will give us a blurred vision, as it could not refresh itself inside the vitreous cavity. And the accumulation of that aqueous humor, since every second there would be uh, new supplies that goes into our eyes, and without it going out. So it means the pressure will build up inside the vitreous cavity. And because of this, our optic nerves will be pressed either on the sides or wherever it does, because of the uh, pressure uh, inside the vitreous cavity. It's like the implosion of a submarine, wherein the optic nerves will just automatically collapse because of the pressure outside of those nerves. So sooner it will die, and we will lose the opportunity to have a connection to our brain. And this loss could not be repaired as the optic nerves are so many. The doctor said it's even about 1 million. It's so tiny that it's impossible to reconnect it. There's no way. So whatever vision that you lost because of this pressure inside your eyes, it could not be repaired anymore. And medical experts describe, so the medical practitioners or whoever on this field describes glaucoma as like a thief in the night. It takes away your eyesight gradually without you ever noticing it. It takes away your eyesight, you'll lose your vision, and that's it. But it's not always abrupt, it is gradual. Currently, my left eye is totally blind. It's 100% blind. And the view I could see from here is darker than the darkest night wherever in this universe. On my left eye, it is 30% blind, particularly in the upper and lower portion of this eye near the nose bridge. And I could blame the lack of knowledge and pure ignorance and carelessness about this ailment that caused my eyes to lose sight. So, what is important today is just like what I am doing now is I want to share with you the knowledge and the severity and seriousness of glaucoma. Actually, before I got this disease in my eye, I never heard about glaucoma, and if I heard anything about that, I thought it was like the cataract. But actually, in my point of view now, cataract is a simple ailment of the eye. You can replace the lens anytime as long as the cataract had already matured. So actually, right now, both of my eyes have cataract. But what's the use anyway? If I have to remove the cataract from my blind eye, it's immaterial anymore. And I'm still waiting for my right eye to mature its cataract. Actually, my cataract was gained because of the medical intervention that I've undergone. The doctor said when your eyes will be will have to undergo some surgery or some laser treatment to uh, help me on my ailment. uh, the cataract always immediately get in to your lenses. So the next thing I want to talk about is the feelings, or how did I discover and the this ailment way back in the second semester of 1992. I noticed a gradual degradation of my vision. I thought practically it was a natural occurrence of the eyes, because I have observed that I slowly become far-sighted. So, in order to correct that problem, I consulted an what we call this optometrist, and I used some eyeglasses to correct the problem. But somehow, about a few years later, because it was 1992, I noticed that I had frequent bouts of headache. So I thought it was a natural headache, but unfortunately, it was not. Then, as some months goes, the bouts of the headache become more intense. So all I did was get some paracetamol or pain relievers to arrest the pain that I am experiencing, because I never thought that it was caused by the increase in pressure of my eyes. Then later on, I besides the that bouts of headache, I noticed that during the evening, I noticed that there is some sort of a cartoon-like image that would surround the source of light. Let's say if it's a bulb, the bulb will have on its periphery all that cartoon-like thing. And if it is a fluorescent tube, so it must be longitudinal, rectangular. So that's it initially. And I never realized, or until now, I could not even consider it as the halo halus. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's halus, or whatever, as the doctors describe. It's something that surrounds the source of light. But in my opinion, that cotton light thing is different from the halos that I experienced during my during the onset of my glaucoma. The halos described in medical books looks like a round thing that is in the periphery of uh, any source of light. Let's say the moon. You will notice when you have that halo, the moon, as you can see it during the night, it will be shadowed. Let's say, I could not say what term it is, but I just describe it that the source of light of the moon will be encircled with a rainbow-like circle. and it is wider, so as with the light bulbs in our house or the headlights of cars, so it would become difficult for you to drive during the night, because usually cars have two headlights, and with the several cars that runs on the road, it can block your view. You could not see the road anymore, so it's very dangerous to drive when you have the halos on your vision. And that is the third, let's say the third symptoms that I have noticed. Then later on, I noticed that I could see some kind of very thin black thing, like a very thin thread floating in my eyes. I never know that it was the start of the damage to my optic nerves, because sooner those minute spots, black spots floating in my eyes will become totally black, and you won't notice it, because glaucoma starts from the periphery, from the sides usually, just like my right eye right now. I'm blind here and here. It starts here, then run around and slowly approach the center of your eye. That is how glaucoma works. So, besides the frequent bouts of headache, I could see the cotton-like image around the source of light, then the halos, that round rainbow thing around the source of light, then those dark images floating inside your eyes, that most of the time you have to scratch your eyes because it feels that there's something bothering you. That is the experience I have gone through. And during the severe or intense attack of headache, you will notice that the pain could not be touched, because it is located in between this temple. So it's almost like here in the center. You cannot touch because it's so far away. And that is the pain that you will experience, while the pressure inside the vitreous cavity is forcing to press down your optic nerves. Then oftentimes you will feel some pain here, just near your eyebrow, that most of the time you will misinterpret it as a sinusitis attack. So that is how weird this disease is. It's painful on your head, on your eyebrow, and you will experience some halo. Then those black spots floating inside your eyes. Then until such time that you will find yourself wondering, while it is daytime with a hot atmosphere, you can feel or you can perceive that there is something like a fog floating everywhere. Sometimes you will doubt yourself if there is somebody making some bonfire outside, so I have to look outside if there is anybody doing some bonfire with a lot of smoke. So that's it. And now I realize it was so scary. But the scariest thing, that I have experienced during my bout with this glaucoma is, there was a time I was going to the mall, And I experienced uh, a thing. I can almost not describe it, but uh, in my vision, I could see some figure, something like hexagonal or octagonal, although it was uh, quite clear, but it was like a screen like, but obviously it's distracted my views on this on my vision. So you will feel like vomiting. It's nausea, and it's terrible because you don't know what happened to you. It's like you want to faint. You do not know what it is. And during that time, I also experienced around almost year 2000 or the year 2000. I have also experienced that while driving, I lost completely my clear vision. That is the vision that we usually experience, have something clear. What I saw is like an opaque view of everything, as if I was looking at the back of an opaque glass, and all I could see are the figures. I could see the figure of a car, the figure of a person, and I could not even identify it whether it's a male or a female. That was a scary experience, and as I was driving for about 16 kilometers until I reached my residence here in Cebu. And it was scary, very scary. And that's it as far as we could remember. But the pain that I experienced during this headache attack is so intense. I could not describe it, but I have misinterpreted it as something like a tumor in my head. But actually, it was not. I didn't know because I was ignorant, and that is why I want to share to you the experience about it. I may not be an expert, but from the horse's mouth, I know what it feels to be a glaucoma patient. Thank you. Thank you for watching. And please share, like, and I will make other videos in the future. Thank you.